Okay, first off, let's talk about the commitment to this week's challenge. It has been next level commitment and it blows my mind. Now they're going to have to incorporate a major brand in their images that makes you want to buy them, but the challenge is you have to incorporate a splash. So let's cut to the teams for this week's obstacle, the Creative Product Photography Challenge. Up first, we have April and Jalen with their product being Coca-Cola. I walked on the scene and found out that they were in the snow. He was completely already covered in snow when I got there, so I'm excited to kind of see how committed he is to this image with this dive that he did for the photo. And it looks like April could have used some warming up, so they were both out there freezing. So let's see what happens.
This week, me and my partner, who is living her best life right now, not here, so you're stuck with me. Hi. We had Coca-Cola, We approached it from a commercial standpoint. We thought of outside and instantly thought of a polar bear, and then it's snowing, so it kind of worked with us. There are a few jumps here and there, sitting in snow with a bunch of Coke. It was fun, it was nice. I loved the experience. I froze a little bit, but we got it done. I bought the wrong Mentos first. I bought Mento gum, so I don't know if it had like a slightly less effect, but I dropped it in one of the 2 liters to try to make it bulge out, but timing wise, I was messing up, so yeah, it was a mess.
Oh, that's cute. I love how they put the bear in there. I'm not a fan of the flag though. The flag kind of throws it off, but everything else is cool. Is he like? Wait, no, he's not.
So
Is he blowing in the wind?
Oh, that's cool.
God, I'm like, is he flying? What's going on here?
Right.
It's cute.
I like the concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. I like the commitment to the jump.
Well, I'm a little curious on the concept itself, only because I get that there's Coke everywhere, but the story is confusing.
Even just shooting this horizontal would have suited the movement better.
I'm gonna give that one an 8. Maybe.
I'm gonna go with 6 on this one, just because I think they're.
No, but they've been hitting it every week
Yeah.
though, so this one is a little bit of a, but not their best one.
Coca-Cola. Who had? Oh, is this Jalen? That's kind of cool.
Kind of like diving.
Yeah. Well, you can see his full body this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The composition is kind of off on me, like the tree coming out of the top of his head.
Oh yeah.
You really shouldn't do things like that because it looks like the tree's growing out of his head. The building is kind of slanted, so that throws me off too.
Oh, he has a splash coming out of the
Yeah,
like a 2 liter too. I kind of expected a little something different from them.
And even though the snow is white, it's just a little bit off. I don't know if this is a composite because his shadows or something
Yeah.
are not there.
I have to go. I have to go like a 7 on
Yeah,
this
I
one.
think I would give this a 7 too. Always Coca-Cola.
Okay. It is. I like the colors. I like the colors on the snow.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of an actual Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I do like the fact that they utilize the elements and, shot out in the snow.
Yeah. The flag threw me off. Like they could have even
Right.
turned it and did the flag out. Like
Right.
flag threw me off. But yeah,
Yeah, there's too many things like distracting in this image for me.
I would say 5.
I'll give them a 6.
On to the judging. So for creativity, you guys got an 8. Composition, 8. Light, 7. Execution, 9. Posing and expression, both 10s. So an overall score of 52. Well, looking at the photo, for the light portion of it, it was a little bit blown out. You can almost not tell where the snow begins or if it was just like blown out completely white. So I don't think that lighting worked in you guys' favor when you were jumping. I love the expression with you kind of just diving like in mid-air. It wasn't photoshopped, it was fully genuine. I loved everything about that. I enjoyed even just watching it, like, look at that, he looked like he really loved Coke. And you said you don't even, partake in it. So it's pretty cool that you were still able to embody something like that without necessarily having to be that crazy about it. The composition, I liked where you guys were going with like the product placement being everywhere. It's just the Photoshop stuff looked really Photoshop. Like you can tell, like, okay, they put that there. It didn't seem like something that I would walk past a billboard and see. The idea, yes, I can see that being on a billboard or an ad for it. But the composition of it was kind of like, we could have did a little better. Especially coming from like the hardest hitters in the show so far. Y'all been the top runner. So then this one was a little bit under what, it hasn't been on par. All of your other shoots up to now has been like iconic. And now it's like kind of like, it was cool.
Next up, we have Matt and Tanya with the Core Water Challenge. They had some interesting ideas about how they would incorporate the bottle into a splash. And I'm interested to see how they put some photos together. It doesn't seem like the type of thing that you can get taken care of in just one photo. So we're really going to be putting Matt's skills to the test to see how he can really knock out composite photography.
Y'all trying to match me, that's fine.
We got joy.
You heard it. We got Core Water. The challenge was to add a splash.
Yes, we definitely had to figure out how to add that splash in there. So, I'm just talking.
Last. Matt already had the idea. I came kind of with the idea of adding motion because the splash got to be coming from somewhere. So that's what made it really fun for me because I did a lot of motions I haven't did in a while. But it was super, super fun. It was fun to apply patience to myself and just let Matt dig into his creativity, and it came out dope to me.
Look, she came through with the hot moves. I think that her movements and her motions just kind of fit right into what my idea was for, pouring the water into the cap. One night I was at the crib in the basement just doing some shots of the water pouring from the bottle. I got a good shot of that and then did pictures of her jumping, dancing, and just doing different motions. I took both images, shrunk her down, composited onto the main photo of the bottle with the water pouring into it, and then just added some different splash effects in Photoshop.
Creativity, 10. Light, 10. Execution, 10. Posing, 10. Expression, 10. Composition, 8 though. Let me tell you why. Specifically for this to be an ad challenge with the splash, I think y'all focus more on the splash and not the product. If I were to look at that and I never had Core Water in my life, I couldn't tell you what the name of that bottle was. Because you see a piece of the bottle and you see the cat. If you know what Core Water is, you like, that's Core Water. But
if you don't,
yeah, like if I was just like, oh, what are they selling?
that was my fault.
Like as a new person, like
that was my fault because I definitely said like I don't want to show the bottle because because of the the rights. We
ain't making money. We ain't making money.
The challenge said to use the colors of the product, and the challenge was to add a splash some type of way. You said I didn't think the actual bottle.
No, so the overall challenge, the overall theme. Let's say we go theme, and then it's a challenge, and the challenge is like the spin to kind of make it a little bit more difficult. Your product was Core Water, so you had to incorporate that. Basically, make an ad that's going to make somebody want to buy it. Now the challenge was incorporating the splash on top of doing that. So if it was like, I think it would have been dope, even if you kind of did what you did, even if your hand was still in the frame. Or if you did it directly from the top with your hand just holding the bottle and it said Core, like coming down straight on her, that would have been a clean 60. But just looking at it, I'm like, ooh, this dope. And I was like, wait, damn.
It was,
I definitely said that. I should have just.
That's the only critique I got about it. It looks familiar. It feels like I can turn the page in the magazine and see that and I'm like, ha, dope.
I like this. Oh, that's the cap. I'm stupid. I was thinking like, what is this? Oh, but I like this. The splash, that is really dope. I love how it, like, what's the word? I don't want to say flows with her body, but, contorts, I guess. Yeah, I really like this. This is dope. I give it an 8.
Oh, really? You picked up. This is really cool, though.
Wow.
This is.
Nice.
I appreciate the love, but I'd call this more of a commercial advertisement than what we did.
But they didn't. They should have put more of the bottle in it. That's
Good
the only
eye,
thing.
good eye.
That's the only thing. If it was to really have been an ad, it would
Yeah.
have had to have been in there more. But that's a really, really cool shot. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's excellently done.
Mm-hmm.
The compositing's awesome. I love the colors.
She looks great. It's a great
It's
photo.
it's a great expression, great pose.
Mm-hmm.
And like the only thing I see is like the bottle
Mm-hmm.
isn't done as well as the rest of it. You know, you get rid of that, and you can just put the bottle next to it, and it becomes just an awesome shot.
That's awesome.
I like this. Yeah, this is interesting.
Looks good.
Maybe more of the bottle, because I had a few ideas
The
when I was
core, it's
yeah,
like
just
core
to show
somewhere
the
on there.
core, because if you're trying to sell a product, you need to know what it is. And
Yeah.
into this competition, I don't think I've even really, I've never drank core, so I wouldn't have known what it was if I didn't know that. But overall, the concept is really cool. I like, she's in it.
Yeah. No, they did a good job. This is actually something that I was thinking that
Yeah.
if we were to have that challenge, it would be something with a nice splash. They definitely executed the splash very well. I give it a 9.
Yeah, I like it too. I would have liked to see a little bit more color in the background, but the overall concept is good. I'd give that a 9 too. It's really cool.
Okay.
Up next is Jason and Scott, and they had Pepsi. I was surprised to find out that they had a bar rented out. I was like, okay, these guys have been at first place for most of the competition. Of course, they're going to go over the top. They're going to go big. So I already had my expectations set high. Let's just see if they met them. They're going for a futuristic bartender kind of look. Crazy spin to the product, I know, but stick around. Let's see how they did.
This week on the Creatographer competition, my partner Jason and I did an advertisement using Pepsi as our company.
Yep.
What? I was wondering. I was like, oh, he's just being super cautious. He got 2 masks on. Came in repping.
As I said, this competition is brought to you by
Pepsi.
For this week's competition, we wanted to do something fun. We didn't want to take it too serious. We wanted to create something kind of magical and futuristic on this shot.
Yeah, and I wanted to shout out True Barbecue and Whiskey located in Munster. Those guys really came through for us on this one.
Yeah,
We were able to use the bar.
We were very fortunate. We had a great location, and it was a great spot for sure.
Definitely. We went with a modern, futuristic look for the pose, and we were able to really create some magic back there using their bar.
Yeah, so for the setup, we did a couple creative ideas. I wanted to make it look as if he was actually pouring Pepsi out of his hands. He was basically the bartender, and a futuristic bartender or an android would probably be some type of robot and have special skills on pouring it. So we created a rig where the Pepsi would be able to come out of his, it'll look like it was coming out of the back of his fingertips by just pumping a line, filling it up with Pepsi, and then pouring Pepsi into the glass.
It was super creative. Like I'm really happy with how the pictures came out.
The editing process for this picture was probably one of the most difficult I've ever done. I really put a lot of little details that not at first you would see them, but once you really get down to it, there's so many things in there. Coloring of the robots, the details on Scott's arms, making him look like an android, reflections. I think I was able to even put a little bit of our competitors in there and put a little dig on them. But everything was definitely fun. Overall, I want to say it took me about 6 hours to really to the point where I was happy with it. And the one shot that we used, actually had my son helping. He blew into the tube, and we took a couple tries, but we actually got a stream of Pepsi flowing into the cup.
Yeah, thanks to my impeccable aim.
His bartending skills, so he was definitely on it.
Creativity 10, composition 10, light 10, posing 10, expression 10, execution and challenge a 9 though. The only thing that was missing is that it's so much to take in the photo, and the splash is just that big. You know, with the emphasis, the challenge actually being the splash. I love the stream hitting the cup, and it was just a little bit of like a doo-doo. That would be the only thing. It's like you look at so much that the splash falls to the background. You don't really pay attention to it. You kind of go like, oh, he got a little bit, like, it almost looked like the pressure hit it too much and it kind of just went over a little bit instead of like a more drama around the splash itself. Even if it was like a little bit of Photoshopping to enhance it, like I was there to know the splash was legitimate, and then you could have, you know, done any enhancements there. I think this is fantastic. I think that this is something that I can see Pepsi incorporating this. Like I told you, this looks like a Super Bowl commercial ad. Like they're gonna go big or go home for the Super Bowl. This was what that photo would be. On an ad scale, this was perfect to the T. But I had to come down and be like, okay, don't get so excited about the photo. Come to the challenge. The splash is a little bit small. But that didn't cost you anything but 1 point, but dang near perfect score. I love the jab that you took at the competitors. Like, cause on the phone, I feel like it doesn't do the picture justice, cause you have to go like this and then just squeeze in all the details. And I was like, oh, it's robots. Wait, that says core water, Coke. Oh, you talking smack. So it was one of my most enjoyable photos out of this competition so far. So I love it.
This one's cool.
And this was
Pepsi. Mm-hmm. I like it. Out of order. Those the guys? I was wondering why Core was in there. Oh, wow. Shady. Okay. The commitment to the color scheme was
the color
is
scheme.
Nice. That's what
the
stands out.
futuristicness of it. I like it.
Yeah.
I would be interested. Like could see this concept being used to pitch an actual commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Where as a photo, it's maybe a little busy, but like if this is, you know, a Super Bowl ad and this is Pepsi for you. Buy our product.
That's nice.
I could see that going over really well.
This could be like the mood board that they usually have for commercials. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it a 9. I like it.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that's dope.
Wow.
That's dope.
Really?
That's dope. I like that.
I can't stand that. Wait, what are we looking at? The robot?
The robots, the 3 robots.
Oh, get out of here. Gatorade out of, well, I mean, error. Oh no. Stop it, they got shots
We're
fired.
ruffling feathers. That's all.
Shots
We're
fired.
ruffling feathers.
Hold on, let me
that's
see.
all.
I didn't even look at the whole thing.
Good job, y'all.
Yeah, this is super clean.
Yeah.
Man, Jason.
That's nice. I like that.
Like,
look like
this
one
makes
of
me
them.
want to buy a Pepsi. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that look like one of them ads where it's like in a club.
Yeah. Pepsi need to
It's
go ahead and
nice.
buy that from me.
I say a
10.
7.
I'm 10. I'm giving them a 10. I ain't gonna look. I ain't no hater.
I'm not a hater either. That's just my score.
Well, I'm gonna give them a
I'm
10.
gonna give them a 7.
Hell, that they did a lot. They did. That was good.
It was really good.
Yeah. Oh. Damn. How do you do that? All right. So this is a 10. I love the colors. I love how he's a bartender. Like, this is so cool. It's like a futuristic bartender shooting Pepsi out there. I would have never thought of that. That is dope. I love the splash with the cup. These robots, dope. Honestly, I love it all. I'm dead. Not said out of order. Oh, I'm offended. That's cute though. I like this. I like this a lot. They did that. Okay, they did that. The 10. No, 15.
Here we are with Christina and Garrett and Christina. The level of commitment, again, was crazy on this one. It was freezing that day. I think it was literally 0 degrees, and she still was a trooper, wanted to go outside and everything.
All right, people, the main thing we just learned is the lights have to be on for them to work.
They went big, threw a huge bucket of water on her to get the shot, caught it perfect angle, and it turned out beautiful.
Hey guys, Christina and Garrett here. Hey. So this week our challenge was a product shot with a splash. So we chose Gatorade for our product. We knew it was gonna have to incorporate a splash, but I was not anticipating what it ended up actually coming out to be, okay? I almost died like 2 or 3 times.
All safety precautions were followed.
Yes.
Maybe metaphorically died.
Yeah, metaphorically. My hand though was so freezing cold. Oh my god, I was scared. No, but I was down for it, you know, going about just, it's in this industry, you know?
Exactly. Sometimes, you know, we got to get the shot, and
Yeah.
I was hanging my lights over, 60-foot drops, and, had some equipment in precarious situations, so we definitely gave it our all this week.
Yeah.
What about the guys that were
We made a
under
couple of the neighbors downstairs a little mad.
Yeah,
a little wet.
Yeah, I hope they weren't doing electrical work down there, because they might have got drenched.
No, it was fun though. It was so much fun. The water wasn't as cold as I thought it would be, but we had a good time.
One of the things about Gatorade, you see in all of their advertisements, it's power to the athlete, and then there is the refreshment component.
I brought a spray bottle to give myself a little mist.
Yeah.
That didn't suffice for them, okay? So they drenched me in water. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. We took a bucket of water, filled it up, and then just timed it perfectly and splashed myself. And it's like -10 degrees in Chicago. I'm outside, half naked, like being dumped with water multiple times. It was great, okay. First time wasn't so bad, but as we kept going with it, like it got worse and worse. And I was like, did you get it? Did you get the shot? Lots of test shots were taken.
Just double, triple checking everything. And I think we got a final product that we're pretty happy with.
It was great, okay. Every take was flawless and amazing. So we couldn't have gone wrong with the one that was picked at all.
This was a 60 for me, like 10s all across the board. I looked at this and was like, oh my God. This was the standard. I think you guys may have been the third or fourth, the third shoot. And I just knew, like, yeah, this is it. Like, there isn't anything about this I would change, do differently, or that I could do to this level. And just, like, how she just bodied. I know how cold it was, how hard that water hit her. And to be just unbothered by the water in her face. It looks like it didn't even touch her. Like it just happens to be there. Like, almost like you just photoshopped all the water on her, but you can see it like glistening off of her skin, running down her throat. Like you see it's real. She's drenched. You see it all in her pants. It's everywhere. I love it. This is a Gatorade ad to me. Like this makes me want Gatorade.
Yes.
Like to be like, it screams hydration. Like how Gary said. Like he was like, they're all about hydration. This says to me, if I take a sip of this Gatorade, it's going to be like getting your entire body splashed with water, and then your skin is so warm that it makes it look like it was warm outside, but I know it wasn't. No. So this is a super clean, one of my favorite photos I've seen to date as a photographer.
I agree.
I appreciate that.
I really love this. Like I had nothing to say. Like if there was some type of like extra bonus points I could give, you guys would have all of those. But I love this shot up and down.
Yeah, we're definitely progressing week by week, I think.
Yeah, you guys skyrocketed. You guys set the bar high.
I love that.
I love this photo.
Is this real Gatorade? Is this like real liquid she's throwing on herself? In the cold? If the girl's committed, I'll give it to her because I was dying too. I love this. I like the approach she did with it, the Gatorade everywhere. I was thinking more like I'm thinking like she's thinking with the athletic gear on Gatorade. I like this. I give this an 8 too. It's pretty dope. Okay, the splash is definitely there. You can see the Gatorade symbol. Looks like she actually got like.
Yeah, he looked like he watered down for sure.
Yeah.
And then
This is cool.
Water. Yeah, I like it. I like this too. It's pretty cool.
Her arm got cut off there.
The arms cut off. The two center buildings kind of, again, the angles of the
angles.
buildings, they look like they're making a triangle, so
Yeah.
it should be maybe straightened out a little bit. But, yeah, still, it's really cool. I think I
Exactly.
would have liked Gatorade a little bit more.
Even if it was a
Even
Gatorade
if it
like
was just
symbol
bottles on the
somewhere.
floor, or maybe even he could have put something on her outfit, you know,
Yeah.
just give her a little bit more Gatorade, just so you don't.
Right there could have been a big
Yeah,
company
that's
scene.
one of the
Or even in
things.
the background, like a poster or like a bottle. or
Yeah,
something.
something just to give you that Gatorade, because you know you're selling this product, you have to be 100% sure of what it is. I really like it though. It's cool. I'd give that an A for sure.
Where's the splash coming from? It's just like just splashing around her.
He probably.
It is it was a big bucket of water.
Oh, he was on
Oh,
the outside in the
okay.
cold.
It was like, yeah, she was freezing, and they had
And I
to do it
wanted to
like
jump in the lake.
3 or 4 times.
I'll give it an 8.
She was freezing. That's why you couldn't see her hand, because that she couldn't feel that hand anymore,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
she just put a glove on. It was
Oh,
like,
that's definitely gutsy. It's gutsy.
They went for it.
It makes you feel like the Gatorade is refreshing.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I can dig it.
Refreshing a whole entire body.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like it.
Look, I'm gonna give it 10. I'll be passing out some 10s.
I'm gonna say 7.
This week, the teams brought it. They absolutely brought it. Everybody went hard. So for next week, there's going to be a Valentine's Day theme. And a lot of you are familiar with the 5 love languages, right? So what we're going to do is going to assign a love language to each one of the teams. And they have to show one of the love languages being given to themselves. So yes, a very complicated challenge this week. It's anybody's game at this point. So see you next week for the love languages challenge.